Well, guys, this is it, the finale. Part 3 of my grandma's coin hoard. So we've got, let's see, we got 1980, 81 uncirculated sets. I got 86 to 90 circulated sets, and then we skip to 92. And then I've got proof sets from 83 to 85. And then found this little gem in there too. She's got some older ones, so stick around to the end. I'll do these ones and see if we got anything of value in this. I wrote a list. I already went through PCGS, Coinfax, and I found all the ones that I'm gonna want to find. There's a 1 cent 1980p with a double die obverse worth some money. So basically everything that's worth more than $100 and a somewhat average grade. Also, I'm going to be looking for, proofs, I'm going to be looking for just anything that stands out. Deep cameo, any obvious errors, or just high quality in general. So let's dig into it, I guess. This is the 1980 pack, and like I said, I wrote everything down ahead of time as to try to make things go a little bit smoother and faster. But basically what I really want to find in this 1980 uncirculated set is going to be I'm looking for the penny. Red is Denver, and I'm looking for the 1980p. Double die obverse. Unfortunately, this one does not have it, but I'm going to take a closer look at the rest of the coins and see if they look outstanding. And actually, I just realized I'm also looking for the 1980 dime with full bands. If I have full bands on the Philly or the Denver, and it's a MS64. For the Philly, it's a $1,250 dime. And for the Denver, it's a $1,400 dime in 65. And I think one of them, if I remember right, when I was going through it, one of them wasn't even, I think they only had one. So full bands is hard to find in this year in either mint marker. So let me take a closer look at that as well. Got excited for a second. The bands go really well from the left to the right, except on the bottom one, right at the very right, it smooths off, so that stinks. When it comes to the Kennedys, I don't have any marked down for anything special. There's no varieties or anything. I always check for the FG. So if there's one without an FG, I believe 1972, I think, has the no FG. That's the famous one. But there are other years that have no FG. And, so that can be something special. But other than that, they're really not worth anything. I mean, a few bucks each, unless you get like some of them 67 is pretty good, but mostly 68 or better. They can get into the thousands, just because it's extremely difficult to find one in a really good condition. Even these mint packs of uncirculated, they say uncirculated, but they're still dinged up and scratched up and stuff. So basically, the only thing that would make me take one out would be if I cannot find any marks on it whatsoever through the cellophane. It's hard to tell through the cellophane a lot of times because the cellophane gets scratched up itself, and then it kind of looks like it's on the coin, but I try to move them around in here and see if the marks move. If the marks move, then it's on the cellophane, not the coin. So if I find anything, any of them, honestly, anything that's exceptionally good, no marks, no damage, then that would justify taking it out of the cellophane for me on these more modern type sets. But as of now, this one looks like there's nothing special. Let me check out Denver. So Denver doesn't have full bands. It's actually a really nice coin, but again, I'm not taking it out unless I can see absolutely nothing as far as marks or damage on it. Not anywhere close to full bands though. When it comes to the Susan B. Anthony's as well, One of these is really nice. The other one is not, but I'm still not taking them out. Again, with the Susan B's, if they're, you know, I think like a 67, 68 or higher, then you can get into the thousands, hundreds and 67, thousands and 68. But my rule of thumb is, even if you can't see anything on it, you might think, okay, well, if you can't see anything on it, then it's a 70. But when you submit them for grading, they will find something. I have submitted coins, I have gotten 70s, but they've been a lot more modern, not sliding around in cellophane, not uncirculated either. They're proofs. I'm pretty sure all of my 70s are proof coins, so they're always protected a lot better. Susan B, if you want to see a pathetic excuse for a submission video, or a results video, I should say, click the link in the top right. It's I made a huge mistake with SBAs, so don't be like Rocky. On to the next one. Now, just looking at these real quick, this one looks really nice. Of course, I'm not looking through the loop or nothing, but that one does look quite nice. Okay, so in 81, actually the 5 cent, the nickel, is the only thing worth a lot of value. A 1981 P with full steps is worth, in MS65, it's worth $575. So let me see if I've got that. Okay, so I gotta say, a lot of these coins are quite nice. The nicest one is the dime, and I didn't write down anything other than special things, varieties, for the pricing when I went through and looked for things. But this, I did just notice that as I was looking at stuff, usually 67, 68, those, you got to get into those higher numbers to start getting anything worth a lot of money. This one might actually pull off 68. I don't see anything serious on there. However, I'm not going to pull it out on this video, but also my quarter is quite nice. Dime could, I mean, and this is grading it through the cellophane, but the dime could be a 68. I'm thinking quarter and Kennedy, those could be 67s. And even my Susan B, maybe a 66. But SBAs make me super nervous now. So the nickel, unfortunately, the only one that's worth a lot of money if it has full steps, is not that nice. Penny's not that nice. My dime has full bands also. So I'm really curious right now what some of these are worth. So I'm going to stop the video and go back and look. So I looked into it. 1981, full bands, Roosevelt dime, in a MS68 is worth $900. So would definitely be worth taking out and taking a closer look. However, if it's only a 67, which with my luck, it always is, it's always going to be a little bit less than where I thought it was. It's only $40. So you could submit it, I think, if I were to go and use PCGS, which I've had all kinds of issues with lately. Follow the link up here if you want to see that. You know, I could submit it, I think, for $17 at the cheapest with insurance, blah, blah, blah. If it comes back as 67, it'd still be worth a little bit. However, I don't know. It's definitely got me curious. I just don't know if I want to break it out or not for 40 bucks. Yeah, at this time I won't, but yeah, see, that's the problem with coins. At 67, $40, then bam, $900 in a 68. Like a huge difference, but I'm really not seeing. I'll have to just take my time and look a lot closer. If I really don't find anything wrong with this, and to be clear too, I've got 68s graded that I could see issues with, and I found, but they came back as 68. If I really can't see any issues with this, I would think I could get a 68 for it. That's just usually how it works for me, is if I see nothing wrong with it, maybe I'll get a 68. So, all right. Okay, so they're all, other than the Susan B, which makes me grateful that, unless I got it, I think it's 60. So I was saying a 66, looking at it through here. 67 is worth like $1,500, I think. But all of these, you know, dime, $50, quarter, all the ones I think, these two could be 67, this could be 68 if I'm lucky. They all are right on that edge where if I'm off by one, they're only worth a few dozen bucks. However, if I'm on, they're worth hundreds. So I don't know, this pack may get set aside. I haven't even gotten to Denver yet. Let's just move on. Okay. 81 again. Nothing else I have written down stands out, but let me take a closer look. So another really nice looking quarter and dime. The reverse on everything other than the nickel they all look really good. Even the Susan B. Anthony's. And I know that can help for the overall grade, even if the front isn't as nice, but both the SBAs have some pretty significant gouging in the devices. So I don't think I'll worry about that. Kennedy's kind of the same, the obverse. The penny's not too bad, but not worth anything unless it's exceptional. These two, though, dime and quarter, I don't want to, maybe 67s. Again, preliminary, but the dimes in both of these packs are the best, and I think I'm gonna have to take some closer look and really take my time on these two dimes especially, and yeah, see what I want to do with that. On to the next one. Okay, let's try it proof set. If you couldn't tell, we're going in chronological order here. So modern proof sets all are pretty much decam unless something's happened to them. In an MS-70, the penny is worth $2,450. However, and honestly, a lot of these proofs, if you get a 70, well, I shouldn't say a lot of them, but some of them, if you were to get a 70, you would get a pretty penny for them, but 70 is just so hard to get. And I said MS, I mean PR 70. I'm also looking for the quarter, 1982 quarter with a double die obverse. If you can find that in a 69, it's an $800 coin. But let me take a closer look at the penny. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to crack it out because just statistically speaking, it's probably get a 69, and that's not worth much. And cracking it out would probably end up, in my luck, it'd slide down the edge and scratch it or something. But I just want to see. It's so hard to tell too in the plastic. I prefer raw coins, but it wouldn't be a 70 in a raw coin from 30 years or 40 years ago either. So let me just take a closer look and I'll bring it back in. So it would be nice to have a PR 70 penny, but even looking at it through the plastic, I saw a couple little tiny marks. So I know for a fact this isn't a 70, and that actually, yeah, it'd be really nice, but at the same time, I wasn't going to crack it out. And then I'd always be sitting there thinking, crap, should I send that one in? Should I crack it out? Should I take the risk? But since I saw those scuffs, I know just leave it alone and put it back. So I know it won't be a 70. Here we have a 1983 proof set. I don't think there is... Oh no, okay. In 1983, the 10 cent has a no S. If you can find it without an S in a PR 69, I wrote down, since 70 is so hard to find. 69's possible, being in these cases. But if you can find one without an S, it's an $875 coin. But I can see right there already it's got the S. All very nice. However, there's nothing in 1984 that is special or unique about any of these coins. So they're all just kind of your average price range. 70s would be nice, but the risk of cracking it out and damaging anything, it's better to just leave them in here, let them age. Like a fine wine, they'll only get better with time. 1985. As with the other one, I don't have anything special that I found about this one. They're just beautiful coins. Maybe there were something in 70, but nothing worth cracking out at this point. All right, that was it for the proofs. Let's see what we've got here. $1986 Uncirculated Sets. For 1986, the only thing I've got written down is Denver 10-cent full bands is worth $244 in an MS-66, which would be for a mint set, not improbable. Okay, so this one's iffy. It might be full bands, but it looks to me like there's damage right at the very right side, like the very, very, very right side of the bands on the bottom. And as it goes with coin people, I've had people tell me that the damage will keep you from getting the full bands, but I have actually seen like full steps on nickels get, full band rating or full steps rating on a nickel. But so I've seen it where there's been damage and they get it. So it's not held against it. At least in my opinion, it's the strike. If the strike is too weak to not have the full bands, then you won't get it. But if it's some kind of damage, scrape across it or something, I've seen it. So I will try to show you. You can see the full bands on the top real good there. On the bottom, you can kind of see it there. But on the very side, you can kind of see it's a little smushed. And it doesn't look like the strike is bad. It looks like it's damaged to me, but I don't know. Again, for 240 bucks, I probably wouldn't. I know it's a lot, but I'd rather probably keep this set together. Upon closer inspection, I think that is the strike, so almost a full bands, but not quite. And almost doesn't cut it. However, the quarter is really nice, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Here's the Phillies. Okay, 1987, moving on. We are looking for, on the 1 cent, 1987, a double D FS501 and MS65. It is worth $300. We are also looking for, in the 10 cent, the dime, and a full bands. And full bands, 1987, dime, MS66 is worth $225. So we'll start off with Philly, since there's nothing special to look at really. But I will look first things right now. I'll say right now that the 1987 Philly, they're not the nicest looking coins. They're all really rough. Nothing's very smooth on them when you look through them with the loop. So, kind of ugly. Not a great year. See what Denver has to offer. So what was it again? It was the 87 penny double D. So unfortunately, the penny doesn't look like it's got a double D, and the dime does not look like it's got full bands on the bottom. Top's really nice, but that's usually how it goes. So Kennedy was looking really good, but probably not a high enough grade to justify taking it out. On to 88. Let's see, in 88, there are 3 penny variations. There's a double ear, a flared G, and a flared G in 1988D as well. So Philly's got 2, Denver's got 1, and it looks like that's all, just the pennies that I'm looking for here. So let's see. All right, I had to do a bit more research on the flared G. I kept looking for it in God, and I was digging and digging. I was like, what the heck? I don't see any difference between the normal G and, you know, a flared G. What it is, it's the designer's initials next to the memorial there. So if you find an 88 with the flared G, that's worth more. Basically they're worth 525 to 550 bucks in, you know, MS 64, 65-ish. The double ear, that's the earlobe, and if it looks like the earlobe comes down a lot more, or you can see like a doubled earlobe, that sucker's worth a lot. There's only one on PCGS. In an MS66, that's $3,000. So check your sets. That's definitely worth digging out and sending in. 89. Just a few more. Well, and then you get the old ones. Suckers. Okay, 89. I have nothing special. So just looking for exceptionally nice coins. So the only thing on this set is my 89 Kennedy is actually quite nice. I don't really see anything on it as far as errors or imperfections. You know, on the shield, there's like, I don't know, you can tell they're not scratches. It's probably in the die, so I don't know if that would be held against me, but I mean, it's almost perfect. There's just, you know, it's just not smooth, I guess. You know, the die's probably got beat up over use or whatever, but it just looks like there's a couple like little like bumps or something, but it's really nice. In a 67, it's 160 bucks. I think this would probably get a 67, but if I got lucky and it was a 68, now again, if I don't see anything, I usually think it's a 68, but because I don't have luck, I'm guessing it's probably be a 67. So a $160 coin for 160 bucks. I don't want to take it out of the cellophane, but if it were to be a 68, that's a $3,800 coin, and PCGS only has 1. So yeah, it's tempting, very tempting. I'm gonna have to think on that one. 1990. You know, the earlier and earlier, or the newer and newer that they get, you know, the quality just tends to get better and better. But 1990, I have it down the 10 cents, the dimes, if they have full bands. And our MS66, the Philly is $850. The Denver is $1,500. So cross my fingers for that one. And that looks like that's all I've got written down for 90. So let's dive in. So that's a shame because the obverse is actually a really nice strike, looks really beautiful. The back, way off. Like the whole right side of the torch is just smoothed out. Really bad strike on the reverse of the torch. I can see why they're worth money. That probably affected a lot of coins. So if you can actually find one with full bands, it's probably, you know, quite valuable. Well, it is quite valuable. Let's check out Philly. Okay, so same thing. Not as bad as the Denver, but bottom right side of the torch is smoothed out. Obverse isn't as nice a strike either, but that's a shame on the Denver. I mean, that's a really nice strike on the obverse. Reverse just blows. Okay, 92. 92, I have written down the 92 penny. We're looking for the close AM in Philly and Denver mint. Ooh wee, boy, cross your fingers for this one. 1992 close AM in red MS64 is worth $11,500. So they must be quite rare. In the Denver, it's worth $4,850. So where's my loop? I need to see it. Oh my God, guys, you're never gonna believe it. Mine is not a close AM. Neither one of them. So, yep. Thanks, Grandma. I appreciate the coins. I wish you could have got me that close AM. We do have a few more old ones here, so bear with me. So I went through these. I hate these stupid packs. But basically, we got 3 Mercury dimes, all just, you know, your normal, worn. It's nice that it's silver, but other than that, they're only worth, you know, something like $5 to $10 each or something. Got a buffalo nickel, Indian head cent, whatever you want to call it. Or no. God, I really sound stupid in these videos, don't I? Because I'm trying to look at what I'm doing while I'm making the video. I'm trying to see how it's in the video and trying to talk all at the same time. So it's really hard for me to compose my thoughts. And even when I'm not doing that much, it's hard for me to compose my thoughts. So just so you know, I don't always sound this stupid. It's just whenever you guys get to see me. So anyway, 1930S Buffalo nickel, very good condition according to the wrapper. To me, not too great, but yeah, it's again something like $5 to $10. You know, most of these old coins, honestly, if they're not exceptional or have a variety or something, they're usually, you know, $5 to $10. Indian head cent, good condition. I hate this Littleton Coin Company. They used to get me stuff from here all the time, and I liked it when I was younger, and I appreciate it now for sure. If anything's worth anything, I take it out of these wrappers right away. I just don't like them. Steel cent, you know, I've got a ton of these now. So as a kid, I would have been like, oh, wow, but not now. Silver quarter, that's always nice. Condition-wise, it's not too bad compared to the other things, but still maybe 10 to 15 bucks, if that. I didn't even look it up. This one, I'm a little confused about. So this one has a variety, or they come in a variety. I don't know if this particular one is a variety. I am going to ask you to help me if I can show it to you. They have inverted mint mark and repunch mint mark varieties. I am really bad with mint marks. So this, in case, I'm going to try to show it to you, but if you can't see it, the bottom of the S, the end of the bottom of the S, it looks like a little blob of metal on it. It's like bald, like a ball serif instead of a serif. So I looked at the pictures online. I could not really see anything special can kind of see it there. Let me see if I can get it with the loop for you. Okay, you can kind of see there, it's like a club S or something, whatever you want to call it, but it's definitely doesn't look like a normal S. However, I don't know if that's a variety. I don't know if it's inverted or a repunch or what, but my pictures don't look like the pictures I saw online. So if you know anything about it, if you know more than me, which a lot of you do, please leave a comment and let me know if there's anything special about that. All right, guys, so that's the end of Grandma's coins, and it's bittersweet. I love going through the old collection, but, you know, I'm kind of happy it's done because it's been hanging over my head for many, many months, and I wasn't even going to go through the proof and mint sets on video anyway, but I had somebody say that they wanted to see it, so hopefully that person is watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to my channel, I got all kinds of videos on coins now, so please follow one of these links that pops up at the end, and you can just browse my stuff. Hit like, subscribe. I'm now monetized, so that's always nice. And whenever you guys, I know the advertisements suck, but if you can at least hold out through some of them, it helps me get a little bit more money so I can put it into more coins. As you all know, I've dumped a ton of money into these coins, not these ones in particular, but all these other videos I got. I literally have hundreds of thousands of dollars dumped into my coins. So any little money I can get back, like I'd be happy if I could even get up to a few $100 a month, a couple $100 a month to basically I'd reinvest it in more coins because why not? Because I love this stuff. So anyway, I sure appreciate it. Please subscribe, hit that like button, and I will see you on the next one.